know you can't control me, baby. You need a real one in your life. Them bitches ain't gonna give it to you, right? I'd rather be your B-I-T-C-H.
Hi, I'm Zaria.
And I'm Maika.
And this is
Calming the Chaos.
Welcome back. We're glad you guys are here.
Be sure to check out our bitchin' box where you can message us anything that you want, like different stories or experiences that you guys have been through. We would love to hear everything you got going on. And go follow us on our TikTok account at calmingthechaos_22. Again, that's calmingthechaos_22.
All right, so let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only fitting, since we are a podcast, let's talk about freedom of speech. So, I want to say, first of all, why is it only freedom of speech if you're not talking about something controversial or saying something that somebody doesn't necessarily like? Like, it's everybody's saying, oh, it's freedom of speech until you say something that
And
might
then-
be out of pocket to somebody else.
Yeah, and then everyone's like coming at you with all the hatred. Like if you say something wrong, they're immediately quick to judge you. You're allowed to have your own opinions. It's called freedom of speech for a reason. And everyone has different opinions. You may not agree with the same opinion that I have, but I have the freedom to speak my opinion. And that's what we try to convey in this podcast. Like, we say the shit that we want to say because it's our podcast and we're speaking our truth. I mean, some people, they may not believe in what we believe in when we say things, but
that's why we encourage to start discussions, because you may also change your opinion maybe on something, or
enlighten us.
Yes, please enlighten us. If you think what we're saying is wrong, please enlighten us. And not to say that anybody really is, but we would like the feedback so that we know if we are saying the correct things.
And we're willing to have a conversation with you. If you comment, we're going to comment back and we can just have a peaceful conversation because we got freedom of speech. We can say whatever the fuck we want.
Exactly.
Fuck the FCC. No,
oh my god, I can't. Let's just throw it back a little bit, because Martin Luther King got killed for freedom of speech. He was doing something for the greater good, and that got him killed.
It's only because it wasn't what the people going against him at the time wanted. So they were like, okay, we got to take him out because he's actually getting...
we got to take him out. He's actually getting somewhere with the truth.
Exactly. He's speaking the truth. We can't have this.
Right.
We need some regulation up in here.
And that also brings me to the Illuminati. Because I'm sorry, but no, it brings me to the Illuminati because have you noticed what happens to famous people when they try to speak out against the Illuminati? Like, they either get hushed, they go into hiding, their career plummets after that.
Or they could be like Beyonce, where they still flourish even though they got ties. Or supposing ties.
So please don't come for us, Illuminati.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just don't understand why anytime somebody tries to speak out against the Illuminati or whatever, or if there's something in science that the world doesn't want us to know and people start to write books and do research and stuff on it, why do they all of a sudden die? They just drop dead. We didn't even know they were sick.
Have you ever heard about the Tuskegee trials?
I think so. Enlighten me.
So, if I'm not mistaken, I learned this in college, bro. So, it was a study conducted by the Public Health Service lasting from 1932 to 1972, where basically they wanted to see how the natural course of syphilis in an African American male plays out. So they basically had African American men. Some of them had syphilis and some of them didn't. They mostly wanted to see whether or not the syphilis caused cardiovascular damage more often than neurological damage. And they basically just let it be. And all they told the African American men was that they have bad blood. They never told them they had syphilis. They never told them how it gets transmitted.
Mm-hmm.
They just said, you have bad blood. We want to test it.
Mm.
So a lot of people died because that was the ultimate goal, was to just see how it goes throughout their lifespan.
It was kind of like they were
untreated.
guinea pigs.
Yeah. So they had syphilis. It was left untreated. And then even when they came up with a vaccine to treat it, they were denied treatment.
When was this again?
1932.
Oh yeah, back then they did not care if you had even a drop of black in you. You could have 0.1% in you, and they were not treating you back in the day. Like they would just let you die, bleed out on the table. They were like, "Not my problem."
Honestly, and that's probably why they chose black men. But it wasn't like black men and women though. But they never told them how it was transmitted. So a lot of black women were black women, because you couldn't really be in interracial relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of black women were getting infected with syphilis from their husbands.
Because they're trying to kill us all off. There's a scheme to this.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And it's coming full circle. They're still trying to kill us off. And you guys got to be woke.
Stay woke,
yes,
my brothers
please
and sisters.
stay woke,
Stay
because history does repeat itself. It might not look like the same shape or form that it did 50 years ago, but they're still doing it, and they're finding new tactics to like kill us.
COVID.
Yeah. That's that's another story for a different day. But anyways, yeah, I find that's very interesting that happened. I just want to know, like, why is everything so fucked up? Anyways, I also do want to say too, with like people having a platform, that I feel like a lot of people, stars, celebrities, influencers, they have to tiptoe. Like once they reach like a certain like peak of their career, they have to start tiptoeing around certain things that they want to say, even though what they might want to say is the truth. And I think that's why a lot of white creators or influencers, famous people, some of them don't really want to touch on Black Lives Matter or anything that has to do that might be super controversial, not only because they might not even be racist, but
the cancer the cancel culture is fucking real.
Yes, and I think that's the thing, because on one hand, you might have people like, yeah, like, you support Black Lives Matter. On the other hand, they might lose, like, 50,000 people that
all
are
their white followers. They're like, you support Black Lives Matter? Unfollow.
Literally.
Like, I thought you were. I thought you were on our side. What happened? No, I'm joking. But yeah, like, you have to be very careful of the things that you say. And when we first started this podcast, that was the biggest thing that I personally was worried about. I was like, oh, like, we can't say this. Like, we can't really say that. And Zaria, she was like, man,
fuck that. Fuck the system.
And I'm like,
first off, fuck your bitch and the clique you claim. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Oh,
I never heard that.
Tupac, bitch.
Oh.
And I think it's on the song Hit 'Em Up. First off, fuck your bitch and the clique you claim.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, it was the way you said it. Okay. Okay. I'm black. Okay.
You have to, like, come back to reality, like, yes, I'm black.
I know this. But yeah, it's like you have to be so careful about what you say, because the littlest thing could get you canceled. And we're trying to blow up here. Like, we're trying to get big. So
and let me just insert, we can't be big without y'all supporting us, so support Black creators.
For real, because we watching y'all. Not really, but like, we watching.
Mm-hmm.
But for real though, it's like with Lizzo.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that song, was it Girls?
Maybe.
I think it was Girls. And she used the word, bro, I'm scared to say it. Should I say it?
Say it.
Okay, she used the word spaz in her song. And
now, disclaimer, you guys are probably like, okay, but to the TikTok community or wherever she posted it or whoever is butthurt. And mind you, TikTok, y'all are so sensitive in these comments.
Honestly.
Y'all need to get a life.
Grow a pair.
Yes, because it really is not that deep, and you're acting like somebody killed your mom.
Like, they were really coming after that girl for no reason.
Mm.
And yes, okay, they were saying, oh, spaz is an ableist term and you shouldn't use it, and like it's so outdated of a word to use for what she meant. Because honestly, growing up, spaz meant like go crazy.
Yes,
like,
I'm about to
wilding
spaz out. Like, you're pissing me off. I'm literally about to spaz on you, kind of thing.
Oh, I think it was like party. Like, oh, I'm spazzing out, bitch. Ah, like,
Oh,
you know,
no.
just having fun, like going crazy. And
Yeah.
that's what she meant it as. She, like, I'm spazzing out. So the fact that she even said that and she has such a big following, everyone was like, cancel Lizzo. She used the word spaz. That's an ableist term. You know, she cannot be using that word. She literally had to take it out of her song. Like, it's not in the song no more. I looked it up.
That's crazy. Y'all gotta, seriously, I don't know who y'all are being raised by, but y'all need some thicker skin. Y'all are a
Mhm.
whole bunch of, I'm gonna say it, pussies.
Ooh.
That's what y'all are. Like, y'all really need to get it together.
Because
Like,
it's not that serious.
it really isn't.
And it's not like she meant it as
Bro, we got the giggle Sam. My bad. Y'all could just, like,
never mind us.
yeah.
But she didn't mean it as in like muscle spasms.
Why? I didn't think you were going there, bro.
She meant it as in like spazzing in your attitude, like the way.
Oh, she was
you're
talking
acting.
about. They were mad about muscle muscle spasms in the
It's an
comments.
ableist term for
Muscle spasms. I thought they were talking about
cerebral palsy.
cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like spasms.
okay. When you first said it, I was like, okay, maybe they were thinking about like the mentally like ill, like challenged or whatever. You know how they have like behavioral issues. That's where I thought you were probably getting at. Not
No.
muscle spasms. Come on, y'all.
They were saying it's an ableist term towards people with cerebral palsy.
I lived with a person that had a cerebral palsy. Sorry,
I know,
can't
I
speak.
can't say it right
Yeah,
now. I'm trying.
I lived with a person that had that, and I never even knew that.
Yeah.
And they were up there in age to the point, like, back in her day, I feel like that would have been talked about more. And, like, I never once, like, knew that.
Exactly. The term has changed. It's not, like, really for that. And that's why when she said it, when people started to freak out, I was like, why? Well, it has nothing.
That is the
you know?
weirdest thing, because okay, people be saying some fucked up shit in these songs, and you're gonna get mad over spaz.
That's what
That's
I'm
the one
saying.
thing that you gotta choose your battles wisely, because y'all gonna get mad over that when there's so many other people we can cancel for the shit that they say, and we out here in the club twerking to that shit.
But you know what? You know what I think happened though?
What?
She's an African American woman who's not skinny. She embraces her big body.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't like that. So they were like, I feel like people are finding ways to cancel Lizzo so that they can shift the body positivity, you know, like
Yeah.
shift that whole movement that she has going on
And
that she's portraying.
I just feel like people think because you might be overweight or look a certain type of way that you shouldn't be have body positivity, which that also is just not true at all. I feel like whether you're a size 00 to a size like 100, even if they make that or whatever, like it doesn't matter if. And it does just because you're big doesn't mean you're unhealthy. I see some of the shit that Lizzo be eating on like TikTok, and she eat damn near healthier than me, and I'm smaller than her.
Exactly. So I feel like it's more of like a targeted thing. Like they're not really focused on the fact that she used the term. They just wanted to find something so that they can cancel her, so that they can, so that she can stop
because she
encouraging. Black
this
women to
yeah.
appreciate their big body.
Well, this far she's been really unproblematic.
Mhm.
So they are trying to nitpick at any little thing, like a little speck on her, to
Mhm.
just like cancel her. People
'Cause
are always trying to cancel her just for being big.
yeah, cuz that's what when I first heard about Lizzo, it wasn't even about like her music or anything that she did. It was about her weight. That
Yeah.
was how I was introduced to Lizzo, and I was like, "Oh, who is this?" And everyone was like, "Oh, yes, this singer who is big and like she has body positivity, but like she's getting bashed for it because
hmm
everyone's like, "Oh, I don't want to see that." Like it's her body. She can do whatever the fuck she
Like,
wants.
I'm
Freedom of
sorry that like
expression.
her body or my body or Maika's body or anybody's body who is like plus size or whatever, like I'm sorry if our bodies make you feel that uncomfortable. If that's the case, get your eyeballs out.
Honestly,
Like
go
I
blind, bitch.
literally because I
Because you don't
can't
need to see this beauty.
right, and just because you don't like it, your boyfriend and your girlfriend might, and I'm gonna take your man. And I'm gonna take your girl, and I don't even swing that way with men, but I will snatch him just to piss you off.
You know what? I got you. I'll take your man.
She'll take the man.
And
Hide your
you
man.
take. We're gonna go half season. It don't matter.
Have to-
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, on another note, let's talk about gun laws.
Mm. There has been so much shit going down in the past couple months when it comes to gun laws. There was that shooting in the elementary school, like little babies.
Mm-hmm.
Not there's 10 or 11-year-olds being killed. One little girl had to use her best friend's blood and smear it all over herself just
So
to
it's a
play
fake dead.
dead.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That little girl is fucking smart.
She is smart.
That's something I would do.
Whoever raised her, I
Raised
applaud.
her right.
Yes, I applaud the parents on that one. But it's sad that she even had to come to
And do
terms to do.
that.
Yeah, to come and do that.
Like that shit is traumatic. And it's because of the fact that this other guy was able how old was he? Was he like in his 20s or like he was young.
Yeah, he was
That's
young.
all I know. He was young. He was a young kid and he was able to get his hands on a gun and didn't he shoot his grandmother right before he went and shot up the elementary school?
Oh shit.
Like
Wait, can we just let's back up. Let's talk about this. People say a lot of shit about black people. Yes, we do kill each other. But white people, we need to really check on their mental health because it's if I'm not mistaken, it's like all white people shooting up these schools.
you never hear of a black person shooting up a school.
They got more sense to not go shoot up an elementary school or a grocery store or whatever. At least like when we shoot each other, we actually have like real beef with that person.
Yeah, like it's not like you have hatred for the person.
Yeah.
But like it's reasonable hatred. Killing someone because of their skin color, that's not reasonable hatred.
And mind you, yes, killing someone is not right.
Well, of course not.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not right. We're not condoning one versus the other, but we actually have logical reasons. You just like woke up that morning, loaded your shotgun, and like just was like, okay, I'm gonna go to elementary school with this.
Honestly. Or there was a shooting in Buffalo, New York,
Oh, at the tops.
and the guy went in just to shoot black people. And after he shot everyone, he went to the dead ones and shot them in the head to make sure that they were dead. And he accidentally shot a white person and like personally apologized to that person for shooting him. And a little black girl survived it. These little kids are fucking smart, bro.
She was hiding in like a freezer, I think.
Yeah,
right?
she hid in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Like these little kids, they got some survival skills.
And it's so
Probably because of how
sad,
violent everything is nowadays. They probably know. They know what's up.
bro. And it's also just really sad too because he shot like this old lady, this black old lady, and she was getting food for her community to feed them the next day. See, y'all don't know who y'all shooting. Like, we actually are here to like uplift people and make sure people have clothes on their backs, food in their stomachs, and y'all are shooting the wrong people. If you want to shoot someone, go to the government.
Go to the government.
Yes, and I really think I just want to know when we are gonna overthrow the government. If y'all know, let me know, cause I'll be there. because this shit is
Not
fucking.
another rally at the White House.
Oh my god. But black version.
Oh
Not what
yeah.
they did.
Yeah, like you said, we should have a Black Lives Matter parade
Oh,
instead of a
yes.
protest.
Yes. So let's come together and have like a block party type of thing, like a
Mhm.
parade. We just all like are having fun, a big cookout. Everybody's a cousin that day.
Mhm.
That's
I
what we
mean,
really need.
cause we just need to uplift each other.
Mm-hmm.
And white people, y'all can come too. Just don't shoot.
Yeah.
Don't shoot. That's all. That's it. That's
And
all.
some black people too.
Yeah, if you got beef, leave it outside. Cause
Literally.
unless it's in a hot dog, then
Beef and a hot dog. She earned these beef ass hot dogs. Fucking so picky. We're gonna get to that soon.
eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, and also because I know in like I think our pilot I talked about the Trayvon Martin thing.
Mhm.
Tell me why his shooter not only did not get charged with anything for killing that poor kid, but he got the same gun back. Yes, he got the same gun back that he shot and killed this black boy with.
Oh
Mhm.
my.
Yeah.
And he didn't get charged. Oh.
No.
See, and this is another fucking flaw in the system.
But I think his wife left him a year after.
As she should. She probably went off with a black man.
I hope so.
Yeah,
That would be the ultimate revenge. Even if I was like her preference wasn't to date black men, I would have just did it to spite him.
Mhm.
And then gave him an invite to the wedding.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
just so petty.
I sent him a sex tape.
Oh my god, that's so funny. He would kill himself at that point.
I mean, justice would be served.
You're not wrong. But that's a coward thing. I
That's
would
a coward.
I would rather the death penalty and like watch him get hanged than like him kill himself. Like I hate that. I hate when
They do
people
hanging still?
I don't know, but they should bring that back.
Really?
They should bring that
I
back.
mean, I don't think I've heard of anyone surviving the electrocution.
What?
The the electrocution.
No, not like that shit. But like just the hangings. I know some people get the death penalty, but like is that technically just like you're in jail for life or are they actually killing these people?
No, the death penalty means like you go on trial. If you get the death penalty, you basically get injections. One is to put you to sleep. The other one is to stop your heart, and then the third one's to like kill you. I think there's like 3
Damn.
injections, and that's more humane than that's another thing because like that's very humane
Mm.
to put them asleep first so that they don't really have to feel the pain.
Yeah.
But it's like if they murdered,
But if they
Oh.
murdered someone, I feel like they should feel that pain.
they should feel some type of pain.
Yes.
I feel like if you murder someone in cold blood on purpose for no reason, hear that, on purpose for no reason,
Yes.
and you get the death penalty and you just die quietly and peacefully, I think the fuck not. You need like there needs to be some type of justice. I would
I honestly
not
think
be
people should just
satisfied.
beat them to death. I'm a
That's
little
vulgar.
yeah, I'm a little morbid and like vulgar and stuff, but I just feel like if the court system's not going to do their job, then the people need to.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah. It is
But
hard.
think about
It's
it, then
harsh to say, but the crimes that they are committing, like rape, shooting up elementary schools, like those things, you need to be tortured for.
But think about it. If society did come together to like beat the hell out of that man and kill him, wouldn't they be killers too? That's the thing.
But okay, so like, say
It'd
I'm
have to be
say
like a
I'm a mom,
sanctioned
and like
mob.
say I'm a mom, I'm not with the dad anymore. Or a girl, whatever situation. But like, say I'm with somebody else, and it's a step parent to that kid, but the step parent ends up raping my kid, and I kill the person I'm married to because they raped my kid. So
The mom would go to jail. She'd probably get the death penalty.
I mean, I don't think I should, like, if that were to happen to me in real life, I don't think I should be able to get the death penalty because that little girl can't defend herself. I
Mhm.
can. And
You
now I'm gonna
can't-
kill
yeah.
you.
Mhm. That reminds me of like the incident that recently happened in like a bodega, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like a man came around the desk and he like stabbed him in the neck and killed him.
Mm.
I think he got off though because it was self-defense, but people were really like were holding their breath for a while like what's going to happen. And because there was such an uproar, that's why he got off scot-free.
Hmm.
So,
And also, like, another thing, too, I think we also need to stop, like, gang violence and shooting each other in the streets. Like, granted, it's a little bit better, I guess, than going to the elementary school and shooting up kids or a grocery store where there might be kids or any
these kids are our
person.
future, bro.
Yes, you're literally killing the future. And it's sad because there's so many kids that will be really good in the hospitals
They
as
could be the
doctors,
change.
lawyers, yes.
They could be the change that we're trying to see in this world, and you just took that away from us.
Yeah.
Like, you're not thinking about your actions or who you're hurting before going out and just shooting up a freaking elementary. I still can't get past it. That it was an elementary school. Like, my siblings.
They're all like elementary schools. They don't. Why don't you go to high school? You're scared they're gonna fight you?
Because they might actually. Bro, high schoolers are brutal, though.
I'd be scared to go into high school.
Exactly. Like, I'd be scared to go back to my high school and get picked on because of what I'm wearing. Like, look, I've lived.
Oh,
You have not lived.
Right. And then also, like, why don't they have like mental health checks before getting a gun? If they do, correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't know if they do that. But like, where the fuck are they getting these guns? Well, most of them are white. I feel like their parents are hunters or something, so they probably get it from them. If not, where the fuck are you getting these guns?
Probably Walmart.
I forgot Walmart even sells guns. They should take the guns out of Walmart. Because you know how many crazy people go into Walmart alone?
Too damn many. I've seen too many videos of some crazy ass people in Walmart. Imagine if they just got a hold of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos.
I know for myself that I think I would want to carry a pistol though. And it's kind of flip flopped over the years of like, do I want to or do I not want to? But I think I've come to terms that like, when I actually get the money to do it, I think I would actually go and get a pistol because everybody's fucking batshit crazy these days, and you don't
I would
know.
just be scared to get killed with my own gun.
Well, no, I would keep it locked up unless I knew I was going somewhere sketchy as fuck.
Like, when I went to Pennsylvania, like, the people that I saw there, they literally had the gun on their hip because they have the right to carry.
Mm.
And I was like, that's scary that, like, we're at a children's park and you're allowed to have a gun on your hip.
Mm-hmm.
And it was shown, like, you have to make sure it's seeable
Yes.
so that people, if they approach you, they know you're armed.
Mm-hmm.
And even just seeing that, I was scared for no reason. I knew he wasn't going to take it out or do anything. But it's of the fact that, like, these men around me have guns. If any beef go down, there could be a shooting. You know, just the possibility of the thing.
Right. And I think I just want one for protection because everybody's crazy. You can't trust literally no one in this day and age. I think I would just feel more secure. Like, I have a taser, but that's really not going to do much against a knife or a gun.
I feel personally, because of my mental health, I should not have a gun. I shouldn't have access to a gun. But that's just me. Like, because I know myself. I know that, like, if I have a gun in the house, for my mental health, whenever I'm not thinking straight, that gun will be the first thing I think of. So that's why whoever I end up with, like,
I
if
see that.
they choose to keep a gun, I choose for them to not tell me
Like
where it's hidden.
Well, yeah.
Like, if they want to protect the family and, like, they know where the gun is, that's fine. But do not tell me where it is. And do not let me find it.
Yeah.
And make sure it's locked up. Like, I just don't want it around me because I know myself when I black out like that. So I've always wanted to go to a gun range. I just want to. I want to know what it feels like
to shoot
I want
a
to know
gun.
why people are so trigger happy. Like, what is it
I
about?
mean, there's a few reasons I can see. I can see why people are trigger happy. Don't get me wrong. Like, yes, it's wrong, but I can see why. Because people do some. Like yesterday, I was so mad when that guy stopped in front of us. That instantly set me off. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, bro, we almost got to an accident, bro, because he just stopped dead in the center of a freaking highway.
Yeah, like we were driving, going along, and he just like slammed his brakes and didn't do nothing, and like was sitting there for like 10 seconds.
And then the people behind us were honking their horns at us, and we're like, "Do you not
Bro,
see this idiot in front of us?"
yeah, but I guess I mean I see why people are trigger happy. Does it make it right?
No.
No, but I can see why because this world is just so fucked up that like anything's possible.
Sometimes you gotta resort to violence. No, I'm joking.
I mean, not. Mm.
I'm more peaceful. I'm a
Uh,
more peaceful person.
she's more peaceful. I'm more like okay, bang bang.
Fuck you, bang bang.
But
But another thing is, with guns, you were like, oh, like maybe there shouldn't be a lot of gun violence. But I feel like the gun violence nowadays have been going down, at least in New York City, because there's been a lot of stabbing
mm,
in the train stations. And I tell everybody I know in the city, hey, watch out because there's been a lot of stabbings towards Asian people, specifically like elder Asian people. Like they'll be walking down the street and they'll literally get beat to death. And they're older people, so they're more fragile.
mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of beatings, there's been a lot of just random shankings. It's ridiculous what's been happening recently. Or like people pushing each other in front of the trains. That's ridiculous. That's what's been going on in New York City and not a lot of people talk about it. So that's why I really wanted to mention it because watch your surroundings. There has
And
been
that's
so
one
much
thing
going
I
on.
also have to get better at. I am not observant. Like I worked at this place that was right next to Chick-fil-A and I didn't know for the first month that Chick-fil-A was right next door to me. I'm not aware of my surroundings at all and I feel like that's going to be like the biggest downfall of me. Like
I feel
probably getting like robbed, raped, kidnapped because I do not look all around me to know like my surroundings. I don't ever look for like the exits. I don't like I need to
mhm.
do better at that.
I feel like I'm hyper aware.
Mm.
I'm a little bit of the opposite because
Brittany
yes,
is too.
I mean I may be a little ditzy,
Mhm.
but like when I have my glasses on and I'm by myself, I have to have my glasses
Mhm.
and I'm by myself, I feel like I go into like hyper mode where especially when I'm traveling,
Mhm.
I always know where the exits are. I always know where I have to go. Like when my dad was helping me with my bags and stuff, I was zooming. He didn't know where to go cuz I knew where to go.
Mhm.
And I was zooming. All you saw was me looking. I was like, "Okay, here, here." And he was like, "Did you see that guy that was next to you? He damn near pulled his dick out." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, he was standing right next to you. He almost pulled his dick out." I was like, "Well, I didn't see that because I'm focused on what I have to do." Did he attack me? Because if he would have attacked me, it would have been over. But no, I didn't see that. But he
He could
saw
put that
that.
thing on you. You would have had like train station dick.
Ew, oh my god, that's disgusting, bro. But yeah, that's I say like I'm aware, but I'm aware of what I want to see. That's another thing. I'm
I
more
don't want to see shit. So I'm just tunnel vision all the way through. Like I have my blinders on, and if you're right in front of me, I'ma see it. So I'm gonna keep going, and I just like anything on the outside. I have peripherals, and I can like see or whatever, but I choose not to. Kind of like they shut off, and I'm
Mhm.
just like tunnel vision going down a tunnel, and like what's in front of me is what I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing, and I need to like look around more.
Yeah, like my dad, I feel like he's more. I always say I'm more book smart, and he's more street smart, and he wants me to be street smart, but I'm book smart. So it's like you're trying to teach a person that.
You can't teach a person street smarts really because like with book smart you can always learn that
Yeah,
street smarts you just gotta have it.
it's natural.
Yeah.
So for him, he has street smarts. That's why he was able to spot that. With me, I have book smarts. I was able to find my terminal and find every single exit, and I was able to book it where I needed to go
Well,
because I
that's
was
why, like,
looking at
I can
everything.
never go on a train, a plane, or anything by myself. I think that'd be like the scariest thing for me because I don't know how to travel by myself through those things.
I feel like I would do okay. I would just choose not to because I also have anxiety. So if I get stuck in any type of way, my anxiety would take over and I would start shaking and crying and I'd probably just have a breakdown. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I can't go by myself. I would need like another person to
I
like
would need
help
assistance
me.
the whole way until I get on my plane and get to where I need to go.
Honestly. Because sometimes I also just need someone to bounce ideas off of. Like, if I'm stuck with something, like, say we're in the middle of an airport, just me and you, and you're like, bitch, I don't know where to go. I would be the one and be like, okay, so this is here, this is here. I'm looking at this map, and like, I would, you
She
know.
has to make everything an equation, pretty much.
Y equals
They don't
MC
call her
squared.
Geeka for no reason.
Yeah, everyone calls me Geeka because I'm a geek. But yeah.
I mean, it comes in handy. That's why you're the tech person, because I can't do this shit, and I'm social media.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we split it up. I'm more of like the techie person. We're gonna have a website soon. Just
Stay
keep an
tuned for
eye
that.
out. We're gonna let you know. Don't worry. So yeah, I do like more of the techie stuff. I do like the editing, and then Zaria,
Okay.
she does like the design. Well, I do a little bit of design, but she does like she helps me with design. She does like the platforms, our platforms. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe on YouTube,
Yeah.
on TikTok, on Instagram at Calming the Chaos _22. Again, that is Calming the Chaos _22 on all platforms.
Yes. So, let's just wrap it up here.
It's been a chat.
Yes. We thank you for tuning in to this podcast. Please share with your friends, family, anybody else. Just let them know word by mouth that we are here and we have a podcast.
Support Black creators.
Yes.
Support Black women.
Let me just talk on that too, real quick too, because a lot of Black people don't support their own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing that kind of like frustrates me a little bit about this podcast, because we know a lot of Black people, and I feel like we don't get that support right now.
Yeah.
And even like some people in my family were like, oh, I didn't even know you had a podcast. Do you? Like, I post it religiously.
Do you really not even pay attention? Like, some people just mindlessly scroll through their social media, and it's like you have to be aware of what you're seeing.
Yes.
Because you never know what you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Some people...
you might be missing a blessing.
Exactly. Because the shit that we be talking about, sometimes we be blessing y'all with some information.
Yeah. So just pass it on along and be back here next week. I'm Zaria.
And I'm Maika.
And this is
Calming the Chaos.
Bye!